Many of you don't know this, but my last boss was Charlie Kirk, the last person that I was reporting to in that season. And in fact, when I was going through my divorce, the hardest season of my life, Turning Point and Charlie hired me. And they didn't have to. And they took a shot on me. I want this session here in particular. I've really felt a need and a want and a desire to really put this toward dads about what this means, the brevity of life, the vapor of life. And in fact, when I was at Turning Point, I was served my divorce papers in the parking lot at HQ of Turning Point. And so I want to give you a few things here today. I want to remind you that one of the things that Charlie would always say is that fatherhood is the most important job in America. And he was right. The problem is that most divorced dads, like myself and like you, we're buried in guilt, we're buried in shame, we're buried in excuses to live that out. We feel like we lost that moment. And today I want to break down 5 of these hardest truths that every divorced dad needs to face. If you're going to stop surviving, if you're going to start rebuilding, you're going to face these things. And I believe these are things that Charlie said all the time. And I want to direct them at you guys because this is who I talk to. These are the hundreds of conversations that I have every single week. It's guys like you. And I'll give you the first one. Courage isn't optional. Courage is not optional. It's said like this: courage is more contagious than fear. Your courage is going to go down to your children. Your courage to do what's good and your courage to not do what's good. You actually can have, there could be a negative side of courage for you doing the wrong things. Most dads avoid these hard conversations with their kids or their ex or even themselves. I can't tell you how many times I check back in with guys and I ask them if they did 1, 2, 3 steps. No, I haven't gotten to it yet. There's a lack of courage. There's a lack of belief in themselves that they can do it. And I want to really put courage your way, that you can do this, that you can see this other side, that your life can be changed and transformed. And I want you to model courage in your home. Your kids will catch it. They're not going to do what you say. Your children are going to do what you do. The second thing that I want to dig in is stop outsourcing your leadership. And it's said like this. Charlie would say this a lot. Weak men create bad times. Strong men create better futures. And divorce feels like you lost authority. I mean, there was at least a half a dozen conversations I had this week with dads that feel like their ex is, controlling the whole narrative and the situation with their kids, and they're blaming them. And it's time, dads, for you to step up and you control what you can control. There's no court, no co-parent, and no church can lead your home like you can. So I want to put courage in you to pick it back up. Do not outsource your leadership. Do not allow somebody else to do the job that you're supposed to do, the job that you're called to do, the responsibility that God has given to you. It is for you. You're anointed, you're appointed, and this is the season for you to take a step back and say, you know what? I'm going to be courageous, and I'm going to stop outsourcing my leadership. This is a call to you. I pray that this resonates, that it hits, and that you start to see that each and every day is a moment for your leadership to be driving not just your life, but your children's, and they're watching it. Number 3, faith. I hear this all the time about side hustles, and this is the reality of it. Faith is not a side hustle. Charlie would say it like this: without faith, the nation crumbles, and so does a family. So does your home without faith. And faith is ultimately you being able to see the invisible. And I tell you what, 95% of guys I talk to are not able to see what is in the future. They lack faith. They lack belief in themselves. They lack belief in the Lord. They think that everything is gone. They tell me about the story of Job, but they forget to read the end of the story of Job. They forget to read about how he trusted God, how he still believed in God, how that, they know the story of Joseph in the prison, but they forget that he got out of the prison, that he was faithful in the prison, that he did the things he needed to do in the prison. And so many dads treat God like an emergency number, right? When things go wrong, they go there. And that's not what the Lord is. It says that he walks beside you. It says that he's there always. And it's really up to you and your time and your schedule to say, is he number one in my life, or is he just a hotline? Anchor daily habits in scriptures and prayer. and show your kids he is central. It's not a side hustle anymore. It's the main hustle. That's what I'm trying to get to you today, dads. This is the main hustle. The main hustle is your faith. The main hustle is bringing in the Lord of Lords and King of Kings in your life. Who would know better than him about your life? The creator, the master, all of those things. Number 4, legacy is greater than your feelings. Charlie would say it like this: children are the greatest blessing and the greatest responsibility. And you would see him walking around, and the times when he wasn't traveling around the world like a madman, he was with his kids. He was doing those things. He was taking that time. He was playing with them. You see the videos now of taking those moments and taking a Sabbath and all of those things. Your legacy matters. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing, your ex and the courts, and your legacy matters. Your children need you. Most dads let emotion dictate how they show up. And I'll say it like this. There's dads at all times, they want happiness, and then they tell me what happiness is, and it's these things and these things and all of these usually external things. Happiness comes from within. Happiness comes from the Lord. Happiness comes from you saying, I'm fulfilled with my mission, my assignment with the Lord. I'm not letting emotion dictate me, because then emotion can control you. If a person does something to you and it dictates your emotions, then you have given control over to that person or over to that thing, which means then that can be used and manipulated any way that it can, and it will. And that's 95% of dads, that's where they live. You're better than that. Your legacy is more important than your feelings. Kids don't need your moods. Listen carefully. They need your mission. Kids don't need your moods. They need your mission. What is your mission? What is your vision? Again, every time I'm mostly talking with dads, they skip that part. They just start to, how do I do this? Or how do I do it? Guys, you need a vision. Guys, you need a mission. It's got to be mission critical every single day of what you're doing. Otherwise, your emotions are going to go all over the place. Okay? Lastly, this is a big one. Pain can build the man. Pain can build the man. And Charlie would say it like this: trials reveal character, and character is what changes the world. Your character is gonna take you there where you need to go. Your vision, your character, your habits, all aligned. That pain, I say this all the time, and the scripture says that we take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. That means that in Romans 8 it says that all things work together for good. Well, all things includes the good, the bad, and the ugly. What can you do with that pain to transform it into your purpose and into a pathway for your future? What can you do? Stop looking at what you can't do. What can you do with that pain? What can you transform that pain into? What can you take that loss, right, and turn it into a lesson and learn from it and grow from it and build from it? Why? Because it's not just about you anymore. Your kids are the lesson. Your kids are learning from you. Your kids are watching you. Most of you think that divorce ruined you, and in most cases it does, and it has, and it will, until you decide that it doesn't. Until you said, hey, I'm going to use this, I'm going to grow, I'm going to build, I'm going to do something different. Pain, it actually gives you a chance to rebuild stronger if you face it head on. There's now studies, and a lot of these guys that you see, these really big-time athletes that have had these major surgeries and injuries, and now they're showing you that many are actually returning stronger than they did before. From something that used to take somebody out forever and they many times couldn't even walk. Now they're not only playing, but they're faster and they're stronger than they ever would. They've used that pain. They've created a pathway into their future. And that's what I have for you. That's what this whole top 5 thing is. Watch it again, share it again, save it again, and encourage yourself in what you're doing and where you're going. I'll leave you with this. And I was always reminded that Charlie always said that the future of the nation depends on strong fathers. If you're ready to step up, I believe that many dads are ready to step up. I want to invite you, 1, to our group. There's 2 ways. 1 is our group. 2 is to apply to work one-on-one with me. Listen, this isn't a time to just sit and wallow and do nothing. It's a time to be courageous. It's a time to let these moments really create your future and your pathway for you and your kids. If those 2 things hit you, drop me a message or a comment. I want to hear from you. I want to know what's going on, and I want to hear what is resonating with you the most right now. I read every comment. God bless you. And I'll see you on the next one.